Welcome back to our channel. Again, we want to thank you for joining us. If this is your first time, please click the subscribe button and also share our videos to your network and also like as well. For our loyal subscribers, we always give you a thumbs up and thanks for staying with us as we grow this platform of ours. So today what we're going to be looking at, we are going to talk about classroom intimidation for students who study online. Intimidation in quote, I mean. So what do I mean by this? We've got these questions from a lot of people who study online that they got intimidated once they start the program. I completely understand that. Now, if you just join an online program or you intend to join an online program, you might be studying with experts from all over the world who have 10, 20 years, 15 years of experience, and you were just leaving school or you just started your first job and you plan to upgrade yourself and you have a basic experience, I have to say, not much in that particular industry, or you're coming from a different background and you want to get into that particular sector. Now you get to meet with people who have lots of experience. It could be intimidating a little bit. Now, at the end of this video, you will learn how to navigate your way through this whole process until you graduate. So, I'm going to give you 8 tips that will help you navigate this intimidation in the classroom. It might be intimidating, but once you apply these 8 techniques I'm going to give you, you will be successful in your program. So, for that reason, I will ask you to watch this video to the end. Thank you. Again, don't forget to like, share our videos and click the subscribe button so you can help us grow this platform so we can keep bringing you inspiring videos. So thanks. Welcome back. The first tip I'm going to give you will be that you have to believe in yourself. I'm just going to be a little bit add some flesh into that. First, you need to believe that you have to go to the end of your program. You must have some kind of commitment into the studies. No matter the level of the experienced persons in the classroom, you only have one goal in you, that you're going to make sure that you commit yourself. You're going to give your best. You're going to make sure that you are able to meet up the standards of what is needed in the classroom. You also want to become someone who you're going to grab the program. You can grab it, of course. I mean, that's important. By this I mean you are bent in making sure that you're not going to let go until you finish your studies. This is vital. So once you have that belief in yourself that I'm going to go through this no matter how difficult it is, don't forget, you are the person who make that commitment to start, and nobody in the classroom should intimidate you. So this is so important. You've got to have that mindset of success. It's important. The second thing that will let you go through this intimidation in the classroom, where you are with people who hold 20 years, 25 years experience, it's so important, is that you got to know that everyone who joined that program is there to learn. No matter how many years of experience they have, you are there also to learn. The fact that they come to that same class, meaning they need something to take out from that class, or they are coming with something to chip in. So once you have that mindset that XYZ has 15 to 20 years experience, because the fact that they are in this classroom, it means they are lacking in one or two ways. They want to upgrade their careers. So once you have that mindset of that, everyone is here to learn, so you won't be intimidated. It doesn't matter how expert knowledge, no matter the program that you were in, whatever sector, whatever degree program. But once you have that belief that everyone in this classroom is here to learn, you will come out strong. You will be able to be successful in your program. So this is a very vital point for you to know. Another point which is very relevant for you to navigate this intimidation in the classroom when you are studying with people with lots of years of experience, you want to use local examples during your assignments. Apply local examples in your assignment. That way you are confident in what you are writing, except in cases where the journal publication or the articles will be requiring you to do some analysis. But if it's a question based on project or on your experience or on the general experience, you want to use local example. You can't be living in South Africa and you are quoting a kind of a business case that happened in New Zealand or in the United States or in Germany. You can't be living in Nigeria or living in Singapore and you are quoting a business case that happened in Nigeria. In this way, you may get lost along the line. So people will learn a little bit more from you by you applying your local concepts and how you manage projects, how you lead, how you will be able to handle the same situation. So once you do that, it gives you a better understanding and it builds your confidence in the classroom. That way your peers begin to see you as someone who contributes, who comes in, you come across as a professional in your own sector. They start learning from you in that area. So it is so important that you commit to using local examples for your answers. Another tips to apply while you are in the classroom with a lot of experienced people and you are coming from a different background or the same industry but limited experience, where the rest of the classroom have 15, 20 or 30 years experience. What you need to do is you want to get noticed in the classroom. What do I mean by this? You start commenting on people's assignments. You try to ask them more questions in their write-up. Once they submit the assignments, you want to question them on what is the reason why they're using this technique in this particular area. What is the need for applying this particular solution, or what was the reason for that? So by commenting there, you get noticed in class and people begin to open up to you and they start giving you some tips, and you can be able to give your own comments, and that way you start building the relationship. You can ask questions in class as well. It's just so important. So do everything to be noticed, right? In a positive way, of course. So try to be noticed in class, get involved, ask people questions, reasonable questions, of course. So no question is stupid, of course, but again, you want to ask a question where you expect to have some kind of a positive feedback also. The next way to be very confident amongst these very experienced people in the classroom will be that you need to do your research. This is so important. What I mean by this, before you submit your answers to questions, make sure that you've done your research. Do your research before you submit your paper. Make sure that you do a little bit of homework. It's so relevant. Stay within the scope of the question. Do not write things which are not relevant. Don't go out of topic. That way, they begin to see that you're coming with without that experience, but you've done some extra research. They are there to learn also. By you adding some extra tips based on your own research that you've done, you begin to come across as somebody who has a lot to give into the classroom. You start building confidence. You start making sure that you are a force to reckon with in class. It's so important. So this is how you go through this intimidation, I quote, like I said, in the classroom with people with years of experience. And just so you know as well, it's you want to make sure that you're answering your questions in a way that you are leaving space like open-ended method, so people can respond back to you, and that way you have a chance to to give them your perspective, where you can also use that to learn as well. This next tip is very, very important. It's so important that I will emphasize. Why? The next tip is avoid late postings in class. Because when you post, if you're in a classroom with experienced people of, let's say, 15 to 20 professionals in the classroom, and you, when everyone has posted their paper, then you are posting the last. Your post receive less views. Your discussions are not really, you're not really getting into the whole interactive part, which is relevant. Now, by you posting early, you give it an opportunity for people to ask you questions and for them to read your write-up. You have a chance to go through these stages where you learn. You may receive questions from your professor early, and your peers may write to you. And by you posting early also, you have a chance to read the work that everyone comes and posts later on. Then you can build up a question frame where you can ask them. So it is so important for you to avoid posting late in class to make sure you have better reaction. Now, what's the next point again to go through this classroom intimidation that less experienced or newly people who want to get into a new industry or have a new certificate face? This is so important. You need to know that no answer is right in the classroom. If you have this mindset where you feel that what you're writing is wrong, then you will face a challenge as you go through. So just know that everybody who's writing, no answer is correct. No answer is correct in the classroom until you post. You get to learn later on, because there is no standard answer. Because the beauty about the online learning environment is that people get to talk about their experience, how they manage projects, how they lead, how they were able to navigate those difficult solutions and situations with customers. This is important. So the way that I manage a project in the UK, project may have different phases, but I mean, as a result of macro environmental challenges, it may be a different methodology in another country. So you don't want to be caught into that thing of that you were scared. That's so important. So it's hopefully that you may know that the answers you're posting, people got to learn from it as well. So you're going to be learning from them also. Now, what's our last, but one best most important point here? The last one is the overall one. I would say that you can't do with that, which will be you must have an end goal. The end goal is what? You know that the fact that you've committed to the program, the money you have paid, at the end of the day, you need that qualification for certification. So nothing is going to stop you, no matter how intimidated, no matter how experienced, no matter the feedback you got from your colleagues in the classroom, no matter how they comment to your work, they're not going to deprive you from that. So once you have that end goal plan, where the end goal will be for you to achieve that certificate, you are good to go. So wow, I think that's so important that you apply that last part. If you feel that these 8 points are relevant and they're going to help you to succeed in this very experienced classroom, to navigate what I term the classroom intimidation, then we would like to hear from you. Also, if you feel that there's something that we've left in the course of us making this video, please send that to us. We'll be glad to answer your questions, or maybe add it in future videos that we're going to be doing. So again, thanks very much. Hopefully you can navigate these classroom intimidations so you can graduate from your program with flying colors, which I'll be looking forward to working with you again soon, and we will be meeting you again then. Bye-bye.